Good morning, it's Sunday, day 4. It was cold last night. It got down to about 20 degrees. We're over there charging our solar. Our batteries are running low. Each GoPro battery only has about 1 bar, so you're gonna get a shortened little video for today. So we don't really feel hardcore on this trip. We just feel extremely blessed to have had amazing weather. Not a cloud in sight, but if it had snowed on us every day, we wouldn't have made this trip.
Woo! Fire! Oh, I've made fire! We had everything dried out, everything charged and packed up, and we only had a short little distance to hike up to Spider Lakes, which was not a very big lake, but it was probably, my guess, like 100 little lakes that all intertwined, and there's little streams and everything running everywhere.
And by this time, the scenery and topography was really changing. We were leaving the cliffy, high mountain lakes, and it was starting to look very different.
As we left the pass and started to drop back down the other side, it was a small little valley with just a little stream rolling down through it.
Baldy Lakes were awesome. They also reminded me of the Rubicon again. There's just a lot of little lakes connected with this trail, and it was gorgeous. And a lot of that's because the sun was out. This was the first day where we had sun in the morning all day. And that was great to charge the batteries and to charge the spirits. The sun is my friend, and when the sun is not out, I miss my friend, the sun. On our way out of there, we passed a couple groups of horses, and we just imagined that they had like frozen steaks in there and Dutch ovens. They probably didn't, but those horses were loaded.
They had at least 3 horses in a group of
4 people,
with nothing but gear.
They know how to do it, so next time you go to the Winds, go with an equestrian party.
Yeah.
Done 3.
Now we're at right now, so we just turn left and it turns back into the same trail we're on.
Where's that Bishop Lake?
Oh, we keep seeing Bishop Lake.
I don't know. I love trails that have open access to lots of different interest groups like horses and bikers and hikers and even ATVs and stuff. We just passed about 15 horses, and I realize horses gotta poop, but this trail is covered in poop. So here's an invention idea for somebody. You know how cement mixers have that big directing slide out the back? Make one of those for horses so they can poop all they want. It just shoves it off the trail so we don't all have to walk through it. $1 million idea right there.
From lunch, we dropped back down and we stopped again at the river crossing to fill up on water at a nice spot. There's some fishies in there, wasn't there?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the first fish we'd seen.
Yeah, that was the first fish we saw at that water crossing.
Up to this point, we had only seen a bunch of squirrels, some ducks and geese on the lakes, and that guy's dog, and horses. But coming down Hat Pass, I saw my first weasel. I'd never seen a weasel before, so that was kind of exciting. Truth be told, I was hoping to see a grizzly or at least a black bear while we were there, or a wolf. The weasel was the most exciting animal we saw on the whole trip.
I didn't mind not seeing a bear or a wolf.
So from there we meandered down Hat Pass and continued to a little lake where we had the second lunch. My favorite piece of gear on this trip has been the Patagonia R1 hoodie. I've been wearing it for like 3 days straight, so it's kind of nasty, but when it's really cold, I zip it up like this. When I get a little bit hotter, I'll pull it off like this. When I get really hot, I take the hood off, and when I get extremely hot, I unzip it like those nasty road bikers that you always see, and you don't want to see that. Anyway, the one thing they could do better is make it not reek. Part of that's because I haven't showered in a few days, but it'd be cool if they could mix some merino in there. Either way, it fluctuates. When the temperature fluctuates about 25 degrees, I'm able to adjust with this, and I really like that. Just had lunch, and we're gonna continue on.
From that little lake, we made our way to North Fork Lake.
Oh look, another lake. Another one. I know they call it Wind Rivers, but don't be deceived because there's a whole lot of lakes up here.
Mac and cheese. Way more than one serving, which is good because I'm hungry and cold and sore.
We just had dinner outside of Pipestone Lake, right here on this beautiful meadow. And we're about to head down the ridge just a little bit to find a campsite for tonight. And hopefully the weather stays how it is.
Just off to the side of the trail, kind of down by a lake, just an absolutely amazing camp spot. Right beneath some really big, healthy pine trees. We were able to make a really good fire, and that was the warmest night we had with 0 wind and probably temperatures in the high 30s or low 40s.
Awesome campsite.
It was very sheltered.
Very nice night.
Best part of the day for me was Baldy Lakes. It reminded me a lot of the Rubicon. Just really peaceful, lots of trees and lots of small little ponds interconnected.
The best part of the day for me was a Hat Pass. I always love coming up to the summit of a pass, dropping down, and then seeing just an awesome open valley. Those are always so beautiful to me.
The favorite part of the day for me was coming over that first pass after camp this morning to look down upon the valley that Baldy Lakes was in and then looking out past that. Being able to see all the way down into the valley. Thought that was really nice.
The best part of the day for me today was how many of the areas reminded me of Lord of the Rings. We had really beautiful woodland areas with roots and all this green vegetation under the trees. And we also had peat bogs and things like that. So, yeah, I felt like I was in Lord of the Rings, which is cool.